The Twins have won a game and lost a game since we last spoke, finishing the series against the Dodgers with a 2-1 loss. Tigers up next. There's a huge pitching duel on Thursday afternoon. We're going to get you all excited and set up for that. This is Locked On Twins.
You are Locked On Twins, your daily Minnesota Twins podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello again, and welcome back to Locked On Twins. I'm your host, Brandon Warren, and you can unfollow me on Twitter at Brandon_WARNE. And I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and cohort, Mr. Dave Brown. Follow him on the tweets at AnswerDaveBrown. How is our path to 1,000 looking so far?
I haven't looked in a while. I think it's probably about the same. Maybe like one or two more. We need to try harder.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep doing that. Thanks for making Locked On Twins your first listen every day. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're hanging out with us on YouTube again, hi, we love to see you on YouTube. Feel free to click like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Leave a comment, and we'll do our best to engage with you and have some fun. But please be respectful. But again, a subscribe on the YouTubes or a subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, a 5-star review. All of these things are very helpful for the show. So again, we appreciate that greatly. Today's episode is brought to you by eBay Motors. From brakes to exhaust kits and beyond, eBay Motors has over 122 million parts to keep your ride alive. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to bring home that big win. So keep your ride alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only, exclusions apply, eBay guaranteed fit only, available to U.S. customers. Dave, we're coming off a pretty weird stretch. I don't know if I've seen Twins fans have such a whiplash effect over a 24-hour span. Not really even 24, probably closer to like 18-hour span from how demoralized they were after the 6-3 loss in Game 2 to the Dodgers to the victory this afternoon, 3-2. Your thoughts? I guess I'll get your thoughts first, because I really think this fan base, for whatever reason, is taking this slow start a little bit harder than they should.
The fan base needs to chill out a little bit. I enjoy waiting among the tweets. I usually have a good time. I have fun with it. I'm not sure if everyone else is having as much fun. They seem pretty intense sometimes about some of these losses and things that are going on. And what's the Twins' record now? Is it 4-5?
No, we have them at. Hang on, I had it here.
I didn't mean to
4-6. 4-6. How dare you shortchange them a loss?
Right. Well, I should know better. But I think, and some people are like, they're getting all, oh man, the White Sox blew a game to the Guardians tonight. They're looking at the standings already. And, there are worse things to be, you could be a drug addict or an alcoholic or something bad. It's not terrible to be looking at the baseball standings in April, but I'm saying maybe you just need to back away a little bit from the baseball. Just a little. I'm not saying don't watch or pay attention. I'm just saying loosen your grip on the steering wheel or else we're all going to crash. That's what I'm saying. But it was a good win today. Definitely.
Yeah, and we'll get to that here in just a second. I think the people who lampoon those fans on Twitter are funny. Like, the Twins are now 4-6 in must-win games this season. Got their first win at Target Field on the season before heading out on the road trip. Actually, a big one coming up in Detroit tomorrow afternoon to Rick-Skubal, and it's Pablo Day. So we'll talk about that here as the show rolls along.
The Tigers doing another one of their day games on the first game of the series again. I
don't know what that's all about.
They do that. They do that all the time. It bothers the heck out of me. I mean, it's first game of the series on a Thursday. Should be at night. Maybe have they been at home or did they go on the road? I have too many questions. I should have looked this up already, but that doesn't always matter either. So you can't wait until tomorrow night, I guess, to play. You got to do it immediately during the day. Fine, we'll do it during the day. Whatever.
Guess you should have Googled Detroit Tigers schedule, but
elbow. I should have Googled elbow.
Let's see here. So Twins fall 6-3 in game 2. Just in general, I thought Louis Varland especially, there was good and there was bad. And it's just like 6 strikeouts, good. 3 walks you can live with. 7 hits in 5 innings, nah. But the homers. Again, the homers. And in some of the games this series, in this one, I think you could say, but also in the first one, like if their stars beat you, you don't feel so bad. If Shohei Ohtani goes ham on you in game 1, and then Will Smith had a good game there, hit a homer off Varland. If Mookie Betts has a good series against you, you're like, okay, I get it. But it'd be a lot more frustrating if like Chris Taylor, excuse me again, Gavin Lux. I mean, James Outman had a really nice series and he was coming in pretty, he'd been off to a slow start, but he's a good ball player. There's no shame in letting him, have a good series. But the big guys beat the Twins in the first 2 games, I would say is a fair assessment.
And Tyler Glasnow, pitched the heck out of it. I don't know if it was like an unofficial record or something. He got 14 strikeouts and like 80 pitches or something. It was, I don't know what it was, but it was amazing.
88.
What's that?
14 strikeouts in 7 innings, 0 runs, 3 hits, 88 pitches, 65 strikes. So almost
that is kind of Tyler Glasnow. We knew he was going to be great, and that was about as good as you can do. So it didn't come at a great time for the Twins because they have been needing some offense, and that's just that's their tough luck going up against Glasnow. So sort of on your theme of getting beat by the Dodgers' best players, that's generally what happened. But today, Wednesday, that is, depending on what, but in the day game in the series finale, the best players on the Twins beat the best players on the Dodgers. So take that, LA.
Beat LA, which is something the Twins have only done twice in the last 16 head-to-head matchups dating back 1 decade. There was something I wanted to bring up here before we head to break. And
I don't know. I think it all goes back to that 65 World Series.
Yeah.
I think that's the last time. I don't even did the Twins even win any games at home? That was Sandy Koufax's farewell, I believe. So that was a 4-3 series. So they did okay.
Yeah, the Twins have not had a good run of success in the World Series on the road. Especially true in 87 and especially true in 91. By the way, when you want to talk about slow starts, if I'm not mistaken, the 91 Twins started off, I think, 2-9. So the slow start that everybody is upset about is not like, it's not the end of the world as we know it.
We got to define start, 2-9 is not that much. 4-6 is not that much. It's just not. It's a very small amount in a baseball season. So, the Twins have not played very well, but they also haven't played so bad and for so long that we should be, fretting too much. There's things that they have to improve on. Oh, there you went. Sorry, I had a glitch.
Yeah, you're glitching a little on my end, but that's okay.
Maybe I should just stop talking altogether. No. But it's still only 10. It's still only 10 games, and they need to play better. But it's only 10 games.
Did you see my tweet about the Oppenheimer versus Oppenheimer battle?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was a good tweet.
I think I have those too sometimes. And it was good. It was fine.
Well, and so if people did not see it, it was Tyler Glasnow looks like the man who played Oppenheimer in the as titled
Cillian Murphy, the actor from Ireland.
Yep. As titled classic, tremendous film. And
Cillian Murphy knows about this too. I've seen him interviewed on it. He knows that there's this bloke. I don't know if he said bloke, but
I don't think he agrees, though. I think he thinks he doesn't look like that guy, which I don't know.
well, it
Anyway,
depends on how he's photographed. I'll give him that. Sometimes it's like, whoa, they look exactly alike, and then other times, so it depends on the lighting, and it's like the pants. It's like the see-through pants. It's the same thing with the Fanatics pants and Tyler Glasnow's see-through pants. Same thing.
And Riley Green's too. Yeah. So Carlos Correa's name is like Carlos. I think it's Carlos Javier Correa Oppenheimer. So I mean, it was like it was just
is
kind
Carlos
of
Correa's middle name really Oppenheimer?
I think it's actually like his given name or his family like surname, like not the one he goes by, but I think it's like
he is not named Oppenheimer.
Miguel Sano went by Miguel Angel Sano for a while, and then he went by Miguel Jean or like Jean as
Jean Valjean. That's a different movie altogether.
Right, and then he turned to Miguel Sano. Yeah. Well, we will take a quick pause here, and we've got a new sponsor, Policygenius, that we got to give some love to. We'll come back. We'll talk about Eddie Julien having a really nice day, including his first big league home run against a southpaw, and if we think it would take too long for him to get more playing time against lefties. We also have some Steven Okert save takes. I don't know if we'll have too many of those, but we got a lot of stuff to get to. Let's first, though, take a quick pause and give some love to some of our sponsors. Policygenius is a new sponsor that we've just upped with. And if life insurance is something you're looking for, it's an important safety net for your family, but you got to find the right policy, and you got to make sure that you know if you want term versus whole life and all that stuff. Well, Policygenius is the country's leading online insurance marketplace, saving you time and money to provide your family with a financial safety net starting today. With Policygenius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options offer same-day approval and avoid the unnecessary medical exams. So again, if you are looking to get yourself, covered for life insurance, this is the way to go. It's convenient, it's time-saving, it helps you compare your options from top companies, and their team of licensed experts is on hand to help talk you through it. You can talk to a team of award-winning agents who will walk you through the process step by step, and you can easily compare quotes from all different types of insurers from America with just a few clicks to find your lowest price. Check life insurance off your to-do list in no time with Policygenius. Head to policygenius.com/lockedonmlb or click the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com/lockedonmlb. And eBay Motors is back. Passion, drive, and patience are what bring home the winning trophy and also what keep your ride alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance, from superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, style, you name it, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay's Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time, or you get your money back, because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices that you want, it's easy to turn your car into the MVP and bring home the W. So keep your ride alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit is only available to customers in the United States. All right, we're coming into the bullpen here, and the game within the game is one of my favorite things to talk about with you, Dave Brown, and it's because it allows us to kind of go a little deeper into what makes the game great. And I know you know where I'm going with this, because you texted me like 3 different links for basically the most important, the most pivotal play in the game. And I think it's cool that it's not only a great play by Carlos Correa, but he got the relay throw and threw out Shohei Ohtani, one of the best, fastest, most accomplished players in the major leagues today. Just like I think you can easily lose sight of some things that happened that were really impressive, but I don't want to steal any thunder that you're bringing to the table. Immediate thoughts, or after you've kind of thought about it for a few hours, what are your takeaways from what was a tremendous play?
Well, the Royals certainly, well, some Freudian slip there. The Royals certainly aren't what we're talking about today. We're talking about, but I was thinking about the Royals a little bit in relation to that play because we were kind of agog over Carlos Correa. We're talking about the double by Freddie Freeman into the corner and getting Shohei at the plate after he was running from first base. And we were all excited because Carlos Correa is a shortstop, and this ball was hit to right field. And he went all the way over to the line, kind of Derek Jeter-esque in a way, way out the, he's got the strongest arm. That they talked about this after the game, so that's why they did it. I've seen the Royals do this before. That's why I was thinking of the Royals with Bobby Witt going to the right field line. And I want to say there was a play at third, and it wasn't a play at the plate. But, usually the strongest arm in the infield is going to be at short. So that's not unusual. A lot of teams will send their shortstop out to get a relay, even if he isn't the closest player when the play breaks. So that's not unusual. But this was all the way down the right field line, and the shortstop went all the way over. Correa did all the way 100 and blah, blah feet from the plate to make the play. It doesn't happen every day that it's executed like that. I mean, that's the idea, to get the shortstop over there maybe, and some other teams do it maybe. But how many times have you seen the shortstop actually go from the hole on the left side to the right field line and throw the fast guy out the plate? It doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen very often that it all works. And it was just the only thing that I didn't like about it was the umpire got the call wrong at the plate. And it's a good thing that we have instant replay, because that would have been a shame to not have that play go the Twins' way. But it was still, the moment was a little anticlimactic, as they often are, because we got to get the call right, so we can't get excited in the moment anymore because we don't know what they're going to call. So that's my only complaint about it, and that's more of an aesthetic thing, I think, than anything else. So just it's another example of Carlos Correa being one of the smartest players on any field, one of the best athletes on any field, healthier than he was last year. You don't do that with the plantar fasciitis or the plica. And it's a great play that the Twins, I know we're making fun of people a little bit for being feeling the dread over being 4-6 or whatever, but they really kind of needed a win today. And they got it. And it was, by the thinnest of margins, but sometimes, you'll take that. So it's a good thing to have Carlos Correa. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, he's kind of like a Mensa among boys on the field. So
did you say Mensa among boys?
Yeah, it is real bad. One thing that it reminded me of was in 2019. I've only covered one spring training, and it was only a weekend or a few days. But the first and only time I saw pro ball players, technically pro ball players, do a round of infield, it was in Bradenton, so Pirate City, I think it's called, or whatever.
Pirate City.
But I got to stand in the visitor dugout, or at least it was on the third base side. And I was watching them work on relays from the outfield, and it was astonishing how quickly the ball got from point A to B to C. And that's exactly what you saw here. I felt like it took a little bit too long for Kirilloff to pick the ball up, or at least there was an anxiety that brewed in me because
we couldn't see him. And it's like, hello, are you getting the ball? Hello.
Yeah. And so he comes up with it and makes the play. But seeing that up close and personal when it was the 2019 Twins, and there were some guys who, they never even saw the light of day with the Twins. One of the guys that was doing cutoffs was Luis Diaz, who has played for the Marlins. He got cut by somebody in spring training. I don't know if anybody's picked him up. But even guys who are not stars, it's just absolutely incredible how quickly, from the second that outfielder picks the ball up to it's a few seconds, at most a couple seconds. And this would have been, I'm sure, even more impressive to see in person. I did post the Derek Jeter gif, where he flips home and Jeremy Giambi, God rest his soul, is ruled out. More along the lines of, though, it's so rare to see a shortstop that far over on the right side. Like and people were saying, "Oh, I've seen it before," and I'm like, I'm not saying I haven't seen it before. I'm just saying in that moment, I'm diagnosing what I see, and Correa being over there to take as many cutoffs as possible is brilliant strategy. It's not exactly like doing the Oppenheimer thing like in the movie where you're creating a world-altering thing. But as far as shortstop plays, that's some of the best you'll see. And you may not even realize how important it was because he made it look pretty easy, even though he was, one, in a place you wouldn't usually be, and then two, he did everything flawlessly. Caught the ball, transfer, throw, all that stuff. And then, yeah, like you said, it was almost like that last or the second to last play where the Twins thought they had the game-ending double play. Everyone tweeted, "Oh, final," and then it's like, "Oh, no, the guy beat it out," and they had to. It could have been disastrous because it was Mookie Betts coming up. So yeah, there was some anticlimactic times in the game, but all things considered, that Correa play is special. Like if I don't even know who you'd say. I was going to say Andrelton Simmons, but it's been so long since he's been a Twin, I don't even really know if that counts. Like if Jorge Polanco in his prime was playing short, that play doesn't happen. And I think the Twins lose that game. I honestly thought it was that tenuous of a hold on the game that that one run mattered a heck of a lot.
Well, kind of working backwards from what you're saying, and you've made several good points. And I'm not
first time for everything.
Yeah, I'm not even being like that. I mean it.
Good.
With Okert having to close the game, and with Jay Jackson in the bullpen next, I think you're right. If the score is tied at that point, and the Twins are kind of running out of relievers, and they're not scoring a whole bunch, I think it's very possible that they lose that game if that play is not executed. You're absolutely right. Fans, go to spring training, or at least that's expensive. At least try and go to a game where they take infield. You go to batting practice or whatever, and just go watch the players. And you'll see how good they are and good they are at baseball and great athletes they are. And actually, we should give credit. I mean, most of the credit goes to Correa, but I was joking before about, is Kirilloff going to get a throw off? If you happen to see a longer replay, maybe you might even have to edit it yourself. The ball took a funny hop on Kirilloff. He got it as quickly as he could, based on he had to kind of run off after it because it didn't bounce off the wall square. So he got it as good as he could. He made a great throw to Correa. Correa made a great throw home, but Vasquez made a great tag. It was total teamwork. I don't think it can be overstated how great that play was.
Well, it's not.
They'll make a better play all season. Seriously,
right? No, you're right. And not being Kepler out there, who has played that well, a lot.
That's Kirilloff out there. That's not Kepler. That's a good play. It's not even Wallner. Wallner rates well as a defensive player. Kirilloff,
don't know. Yeah. Let's take
absolutely.
Yeah, let's take a quick pause. I got more to talk about that, but and we'll wrap up, put a bow on the Dodgers series, and then hopefully won't see him again until October. But let's give some love to FanDuel, and then when we come back, we will wrap all of this up in short order. The sports calendar is loaded right now, and FanDuel is making it even more exciting to get in on the action. If you're staying up late with us, you might be watching Wolves Nuggets because that's the thing to do right now. And if you want to get involved with FanDuel, you can get $200 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. And that's from afternoon games like Twins Dodgers today to, like I said, the late night NBA games that are out west. But again, $200 if in bonus bets if your first $5 bet or more wins. So again, that's $200 you can use to bet MLB, NBA, NHL, MLB on the upswing, NBA and NHL winding down their regular seasons. And then that's where the real fun starts. NHL playoff hockey is insane. If you haven't watched hockey all season long, playoff hockey is still just such a fun experience. And NBA playoffs, I got a feeling that at least a fair amount of Timberwolves fans are going to get to watch some extra playoff basketball this year than we're accustomed to. So again, you can visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and make your first bet a big win. FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Now, Dave, I put down a bunch of notes, so I'm just going to go through them one after the other. You had mentioned, go watch infield. The best infield defender that I ever have seen in my life. I'll give you a hint. I saw him take in. Have I told you this story before?
It's not familiar yet.
This is how all my worst stories that I say to you start. In 2009, I saw a 16-year-old take infield practice, and I thought this guy's going to be special. And I'll give you a hint. He's playing in the big leagues right now, and to this day is still the best shortstop defender I saw during infield practice.
I can't think of who it is. Don't ever ask me questions.
Francisco Lindor.
Okay.
He was 16, maybe 17, but he was on Team USA, and they did a barnstorming tour and played the best amateur team in the Twin Cities, a team that wins the championship like all the time. And they won like 8-1. I think the leadoff hitter for the Minnetonka team was like 36 years old, and he hit a homer off Matt Barnes or something. Like it was an impressive spectacle, but they ended up losing. So yeah, watching infield with these guys it will change you, like your perception of how good these guys are. And you said they were about to run out of relief pitchers. How could you forget about Michael Tonkin back with the Twins for the first time in like 8 years?
There was a gulf of Tonkin in my brain. I'm sorry. I'm glad he's aboard. That was a Vietnam reference, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey, slipped my mind. Sorry, I wasn't thinking of Tonkin. Was he even in the park? Was he
today?
He was
activated today. My one Tonkin memory was because I covered all the years he was on the team, like in person.
You and him are synonymous with the 2017 Twins.
Well, he's a quiet guy. Kind of has like that million-mile stare, like he'll just kind of stare right through you. But he's also Jason Kubal's brother-in-law. We've been saying fun fact, comma, and then it's a meme on Twins Twitter. I'll explain it to you after the show, but you'll once you know about it, you'll see it and you'll laugh. But it was fun fact, comma. Jason Kubal is married to Michael Tonkin's sister. So he's back, and there's going to be trouble. No, he was talking to a clubby one time in the Target Field or the Twins clubhouse, and they were talking about pillows, and he was like sending the guy out with like $100 to go buy him pillows for his, wherever he was staying, because he was an up-down guy for most of that time. And so I'll always remember hearing him like talking about pillows with he was like, "You running to Target? I don't want the best ones, I don't want the worst ones." But it was just so funny. Like there was that, and then there was one time where they were talking about how they had lost respect for someone on the Royals for something they had done. I don't want to tell that story because it's probably not. It's laundry that need not be aired. Anyway, Twins, Tigers.
That was a pillow reference, a subconscious pillow reference just now.
Yes, it was actually. I didn't mean to do that. Twins, Tigers, Skubal against Pablo Lopez. It's Pablo Day, and I'm looking for there's going to be outcry because it's going to be the Twins versus lefties lineup, but something to think about. Edouard Julien, like I said, hit his first home run and second career extra base hit against a lefty. Nice plate appearance. To what extent do you think he can swap out or change that narrative to where he can play more against lefties? Because keep in mind, too, Kyle Farmer's off to like a awful start. I mean, again, it's 0 for 13 or whatever, 0 for 14. So it's not like it's, DFA time or anything. But could even just a couple of plate appearances, not results-based, but just looking more comfortable at the plate, maybe tilt that hourglass a little bit? Because Alex Kirilloff got plate appearances, or at least one against, I think, Vesia in the final game of the series here. It'll be interesting to see how it happens, but I'm sure there'll be grumbling when Manuel Margot is, hitting leadoff tomorrow.
Well, short answer to your question, yes. Julien showing up on defense as well and playing better defense, that will help him in Rocco's mind stay on the field longer, I think. Kirilloff had been hot a little bit, so I think that's one reason why Rocco maybe kept him in there a little longer first against lefties. And then Julian, you notice, we were talking a few days ago about Julian coming out in the fourth inning for a pinch hitter. It could be just because of circumstances, but it didn't seem like Rocco was close to doing that in the last couple games when he could have taken him out. I think Vesia came in at some point today, anticipating that the Twins would do that they would swap all their lefties out of the lineup, and it didn't happen. It kind of, I don't know if it ended up backfiring or not, but it didn't turn out how I think the Dodgers thought it would. So Rocco already doing the 4D chess with the lefties and righties. So absolutely, I think Julian is going to play more if he keeps playing like this. Yes.
Old friends update. Jorge Polanco hitting a $167, 259 on base, 229 slugging, 19 strikeouts and 54 plate appearances. Don't need to be a math whiz to figure
19
out.
19 strikeouts. Oh, good gravy.
Yeah, it's about 40%. -5 defensive runs saved. Not to be outdone, Luis Arraez hitting 250/339/327, which is the danger with him. Hitting 250 in today's game is respectable enough, but -5 defensive runs saved. And Mitch Garver, $167, 225, 250. So some former Twins really struggling right now.
Well, the Twins, it's only 4-6. It's only 10 games. It's only 12 or 13 games with those other people. Defensive metrics right now don't even bother. It's way too. I mean, some people think that half a season of defensive metrics aren't enough, much less half of a month, which we're not.
Well, this has been cover your eyes bad. But one quick thing, and then we're out of here. Nailers, both homer in the same inning on Siblings Day. Call your brother, call your sister, wish them a happy Siblings Day. It will be belated by the time you get to this. But hey, thanks, Dave Brown. This is Brandon Warren signing off, saying thank you so much for listening to Locked On Twins.